hosting during the holidays stresses you out, you're not alone. Luckily, we have the party goddess, Marley Majcher, here to give some tips on being fabulous and have a good guest. Marley, welcome to DBS.
Hi, thanks for having me.
All right, it says to call you Marley in the prompter, but I'm calling you party goddess, if that's okay.
Yes, I will take it all day long. Anything positive, I'll take it.
Always. Now, party goddess, what is the first thing that we should consider before we agree to host a holiday feast?
Well, you want to agree on, like, what is the goal, okay? Because that sounds really like we should be on a business segment, but really, what is the goal? Because if you're trying to, like, entertain your work friends, right, you might sort of have one kind of party. If you're thinking, oh my gosh, we haven't had, like, a fun girlfriends party in forever, we need to do that, then that's a totally different kind of party, and it can be a lot more casual, right? So you've got to figure out, what are you trying to do? Are you willing to be stressed out? Do you want to be stressed out, or do you want just everybody to bring things in? So you've got to figure out really what you're trying to accomplish and how much stress, and most importantly, how much money you're willing to spend to take it on. Because you've really got time or money.
That's a good idea. Time or money. That it all comes down to that, isn't it?
Well, you can't do both. That's the thing. It's if you're like, listen, budget is the most important thing, and I want to do something fabulous, no problem. But then you have to know you're going to have to take a week off from work to get all this, you know, stuff done.
Smart, smart. Well, there's something called Pinterest that I know a lot of y'all know, but it sort of overwhelms me when it comes to decorating for parties. I get sort of obsessive. How can I create the perfect festive dinner without overextending myself?
Well, what I always do with Pinterest, and I have, I don't know, like a gazillion pins, and I get overwhelmed, but the easiest thing to do is to create a holiday board and just start dumping stuff on there that you like, right? And then go back through it again and start editing yourself and just say, listen, which image or images really jump out at me? But then streamline it, right? Like, you can get so much bang for your buck just by having cylindrical vases full of, like, white lights, or cylindrical vases full of ornaments, or just like cut garland, which, by the way, you can usually get free from the Christmas tree lot, like off the ground.
The Home Depot too, free.
Right? And some ribbon and just some votives. So what you can do is take basic stuff and then go to Pinterest for inspiration and be like, oh, that'd be a great idea. I'm going to add that color candle or something like that.
Okay, party goddess, I am in awe because I consider myself the party princess.
You are.
Absolutely.
You are.
Yes.
I love, yeah, everybody needs an associate, so perfect.
So we have some party scenarios that we want to run by you. So you have a guest that brings an unexpected +1. What should you do?
Ooh.
Well, the best part about that is these days it should be expected, okay? I don't know what happened in the pandemic. I don't know what happened to everybody's, like, Emily Post book, but all of a sudden it's like, oh, hi, like, I'm just here with someone. The only good news to this equation is that people are so much flakier that then somebody else will drop out.
Girl,
or be like,
every time.
I didn't tell you I, don't have that extra person with me, right?
Every time.
But the biggest thing that I say is to be, like, plan to have a fluid party, right? Meaning you've got benches, or you've got stools, or you've just got extra stuff kind of around, so that if 3 people bring a +1, you've got options. You can just kind of pull up a chair, or you can have people sitting on couches, like various seating and vignettes. Makes it much easier. If you've got a sit-down dinner party and it's that tight, it's a little bit trickier.
Yeah,
but
very. Okay, so the next one is you have a guest who drinks way too much. What do you do?
What do you do?
Well, good thing is often you know who that guest might be, at least in my friend group, right? So you sort of assign a personal bartender to them making the drinks. But no, seriously, you make sure that, you've got a plan for Uber or something like that they can't sneak out. Then if you start monitoring things and you make sure that the drinks get a little bit, not as much vodka with them. But the other thing, too, is just make sure if you weren't passing hors d'oeuvres, now you are. And you just have to start right over there. Because the other thing is that once they start getting full, like, they're not getting as buzzed. So there's a bunch of ways you can slow it down, but, like, starting with a weaker drink in the first place, but definitely keep the food going. And then, like, oh, here's some water, here's some bubble water, flavored water, whatever. And that usually slows them down a bit.
Smart. And I love the rubber ducky tree.
Do you want a snack, Tom?
Oh,
Thank you. It's my new thing.
Putting the water in. They think he
Very
thinks it's
cute.
me.
Marley, thank you so much.
Zoom in. We didn't even zoom in.
Marley, thank you so much for being here and sharing these great tips. DBL Nation, to learn more from Marley and get more information, visit thepartygoddess.com. Thank you again.
Those
We'll
are
be
really
right
good
back.
tips.
Thank you, Party
Thanks
Goddess.
for having me.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Same
Bye.
to you.
You too.